We live in a twilight world and there are no friends at dusk. Let's take a look at another video from, I think, the BBC.
Наші кияни повинні спати спокійніше через те, що ми тут знаходимося.
What is life like here in the trenches?
So it was a bit extreme at first, but then you get accustomed to it.
Well, this is the...
So for those of you that know me or have been following me from the beginning, I said this would be the experience for most of the people that sign up to the military. You will get sent to the middle of nowhere and you will be digging holes and eating cans of beans, and that will be your war. That will be the experience of war for you. You won't be fighting any enemy, you'll just be digging holes, eating cans of beans in the middle of nowhere. And then you might get moved around to the next middle of nowhere place and carry on doing that same thing. For any of you that know an honest soldier, this is very common in every army or every military, just digging holes. Even though they've got like the, equipment to dig out trenches in, within a day, they make the soldiers do it by hand as, something to do. And they, tell them it's like a morale, team building experience and all that, but...
Large network of trenches now here into the forest. Probably some live fire exercises there.
Фактично з першого дня початку бомбіжки нашого міста Києва, тобто 24 лютого, в силу того, що наш підрозділ був сформований один з перших, ми висунулися на ці позиції і з першого дня фактично почали окапуватися.
So I don't know if you just read that, but since the first day of the war, they came to this place and have been digging trenches. I don't mean to blow my own trumpet here, but I did say this,
It still feels astonishing to see how a modern European capital has suddenly been taken back to the trench-filled warfare of decades ago. And they're in this for the long haul because they now...
As he just said there, it's crazy to see that a modern army is digging trenches. And it's true, it's kind of a pointless thing. You don't really need to be partaking in trench warfare in 2022. It's a very bad strategy, but this is all an illusion. You have to understand, this is not about winning a war. This is about giving these troops the illusion of a war. And digging holes.
Oh no, that the threat to the very existence of their country will continue. So this is where some of the officers sleep.
Today we'll live here 3 persons.
3 people sleep here now. Was it cold here?
No.
No, it's warm. Ah, you have a radiator.
Electric, yes.
At the start of the war, it was very cold here, yes?
Yes.
Summer on the shows. I was accustomed to just regular...
Well, it's good to see like some professional soldiering going on. I mean, that little movement I just seen there from upstanding to one knee to prone. It's good to see they're finally like having some actual arm skills, small arms fire skills. That's quite encouraging. That's good. I'm glad these soldiers are actually getting some training, because most of the footage I've seen of soldiers walking around is quite embarrassing. The way they hold their guns, the way their uniform is. So fair play, these guys are actually behaving more professional.
Bed and flat and living with my friends. And then we got directly here. At the very first day, the first task for us was to build a place where we would live.
Like I just said, they've got diggers and excavators. They could do this shit within a day. They want the soldiers there doing it by hand for the experience of...
Great Britain sent us this weapon.
So there's anti-tank missiles from Britain?
Yes.
У нас на перших порах, у нас фактично, крім трьох гранатометів вітчизняного виробництва і декілька гранат, ми не мали жодної можливості уразити ворожі танки. З цією зброєю ширше плечі стали, більше впевненості, піднявся бойовий дух і, скажімо так,
And when was the last time that you used this weapon here?
секрет.
Secret, okay.
They just asked him when was the last time you used the NLAW. I don't know if it's a Javelin missile system or NLAW missile system, and he said secret. Now, the secret is he hasn't never used it. There was no Russian troops here. There was no war or battle of Kyiv. The secret is he's never used it once.
It's almost like a city in the forest for these guys. They've got the places to sleep, the places to eat, and kilometers of trenches.
More 10 kilometers, 20 kilometers, or 30 kilometers, I don't know. Every day we build a new...
Really, every day you're building new
yes,
trenches?
every day, every day.
Do you think you're still needed here, given that the Russian troops are no longer in the area around Kyiv?
Let's say we lose our positions on Donbass or Lugansk region, and then they see that we don't...
Of course they're not needed there. They're not needed there at all. But you have to keep, if you're going to hoax the world into a war, you have to dress guys up as soldiers and get them running around playing soldier. On the belief that the enemy is coming, that the barbarians are at the city gates about to come in. This is all part of the illusion of warfare. You have to give these guys the experience, or you have to let them believe that there's an enemy, and you have to make it real for them. You know, they have to be up to their knees in mud in a trench holding a gun for this experience to be real.
have enough troops and enough of resources to protect Kyiv. They would come back for their initial aim to take over our capital and take over our government.
Вони не повернуться, вони в будь-якому разі зроблять спробу сюди повернутися.
How long will you stay here for?
Скільки треба.
And there you go.